Good afternoon, everyone. So here goes. We're going to work on these document journals. Now, I started mucking around with this one, so I'll show you that after. There's quite a bit to sort of do on the inside before we can start putting in pages. So what I thought was I just needed to sort of warm myself up a little bit. I'm going to use my previous document journal. Actually, I quite like the colours of that one. To cover these flaps. I was debating whether or not to remove them or keep them, but I think I'll keep them. So I'm just going to choose one. I still think I like the first one. I think I'll use the first one. Yeah, I'll use this one that I pulled out. That's the plain version, but I think I'll use that one that's decorated. So I'll rip that up. I'm just sort of eyeballing it and hand ripping. So I'll just put it on here and then fold it to about there and then rip away. So how is everyone today? I hope you're well. I'm starting to have a little bit of a headache. I don't know why. Who knows? And I don't care if it's crooked. Yeah, I like that. So that is going to go on here. And the way I'm gluing it is I'm just using my glue stick all around as close to the edge as I dare go without getting it all over my mat. And then I just do the bit that I didn't get any glue stick on, the edges. I just use my wet glue. So that because I don't, well, I probably do have some bigger pages to glue on and make a mess, but I didn't want to search for them and pull them out, so I'll just do it this way. So what are you, oh, it's nearly Easter, I forgot. Oh, my wordy lordy. So yes, we'll all be busy for Easter, won't we? And I do still get a bit of glue on my table, but it's better than, you know, going through all that paper. I might just grab a wet one so that way I can clean up where I make a mess. I did promise a video today. I'm a bit late doing it because I spent the morning, I had to catch up a little bit on my counting because it's the end of the trimester and I have to give them the stuff, which is really a bore. I haven't caught up yet, but I did some, and that that's probably why I've got a headache. Oh dear. And it's bigger than my thing, but I'm then going to, actually I could just fold that over, couldn't I? Why didn't I do that? I'll snip down here. Yeah, and what else? I had to finish up the kits. They needed to be finished. And then, yes, I've basically been on the computer all day. What else did I have to do? I had to make book page packs for some orders because I had run out. So I just made the amount that I had for the orders, and I'll make some more. Probably won't get them done today, but I'll make some more over the next few days. They do take a bit of time to prepare. Just trim off any excess. Right. Oh, I love that. Did I just stick that on upside down? No, I did not. Oh, thank heavens, because that, oh, I've got glue there, but I am about to put something there. Let's just make sure this sticks down. So once you get your cover done, then you get to the, I mean, it is fun doing a cover too, but then you get to the really exciting stuff by, you know, choosing your pages and your papers and stuff, which is really fun. So I already have the new kit printed double-sided. What I did was I printed the new kit, and on the reverse side I did some of my plain background pages, the ones with the embroideries, even though some of them were, well, most of them were horizontal. It didn't really matter if they were sideways. And then I also printed some with this previous kit, the plain pages. It did take me a minute to figure out which way to put the paper back in, because so if I think I can tell my printer to print on both sides, but it prints upside down. You know, it doesn't print both sides up the same way. So what I do is I try to take note of how the paper comes out and then put the printed page in such a way that it will, when it prints, it will come out the right way up. Occasionally I make boo-boos. I don't throw them out, I still use them because boo-boos are part of it. Yep, I think I'll just trim that top bit off. And before I stick it down properly, I am going to fold this one over as well. Yes. Can't really see what that edge is like, but I'll just make it up. There we go. And because I don't want to lose, the whole point of using the file folder is to keep the file folder shape. Okay, so that's done. Love that. I think it's nice to have the, you know, the two sides of the paper too in the journal. So that's like that. Now what I was noticing, although I won't do it in this case, but next time I might think about this, but I could actually fold that over there. I think I would like to do one like that. And then open it like that sort of thing. But these ones I've already decorated the cover, so I think I'll keep this as the cover. As I said, this one might need something else. But I want to focus on the inside so that way I can start putting the pages in. See how long this takes. Probably take me a while because there's so many surfaces to cover. And not cover them completely necessarily. Like you can see little bits of it showing. But there's I've got all these surfaces to cover, and I've still got to do the other one as well. So the other one I've just done this bit, and I think I've put 2 in there, but I'll show when I do this one, I'll show you what I did on that one. And I think I'll just have this one here. So I'm going to just tear off that white border. I don't know what I did here with the printing. So I guess the good thing about folding over the paper is on this one, I'm not going to have too many issues. Oh, yes I will. It didn't fold over enough. Okay, I take it back. Anyway, I'm going to fold this one. I want to go to the edge. Yeah, I do. So, put my fold there. What I might do, which I didn't do in the other one, is just hold that there, turn it over, holding it in place. Try to find my pencil. I know I've got a pencil flying around here somewhere. I do have a pen. Let's just use the pen. And I'm just going to draw that there so I can cut that off. Because it's easier than cutting it off when you've glued it on. I'm just going to cut inside the line. Don't have too much exciting to tell you. Lulu's on school holidays for a few days. She's pretty tired actually because she's been working really hard. I think she's done a bit of work today. I don't know how much more. I think she's made a plan because they have a bit of homework and they have tests when they go back, so she has to study. We went out to dinner with our friends last night, and I had Indian. It was yummy. Like there's this restaurant in town, and the chef is English, and so she does a lot of mixed food from all over the place rather than Italian food. So of course I live here, so I do like to eat something different sometimes, or actually at home often we cook sort of a mixed bag of things, not necessarily fully Italian. So yeah, it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. I had a tikka masala. It's probably not, as authentic as the Indian would be because it was cooked by an English lady, but it's still very yummy. There we go, and I just have to do a little bit of trimming. Just a little snip there. Oh, little snip here. I didn't do that too well, did I? See, it's not so easy. It's okay. We don't mind pieces ripping off because we want it to be, we don't want it to be perfect. That's a stretch of the word. Nothing of mine is ever perfect, but anyway. Okay, so that's going there, and then I'm going to have the other piece on the other side. Let's see here. Oh, and I had my usual trip to the post office. It was pretty uneventful, actually. I had to wait a little bit because there was a lady that did a long transaction. Not a long transaction. I think she was closing her account. I don't know what she was doing. She took a while. But I just sat and answered, caught up with a few comments. I think I'm 6 days behind now rather than 2 weeks. It's really weird. When I go on the computer and I go and to, you know, answer my comments on YouTube, it'll say, oh, 11 days old or whatever. And I think my oldest ones are like 11 days or something. And then when I go on the app in my telephone, like if I'm sitting in the post office waiting for my turn, it tells me there are comments there from 2 weeks ago, and I thought I had answered them all. So obviously, I think sometimes the comments don't all appear straight away. Like, yeah, I don't know why that happens. Oh, my glue's finished. Yep, need another one. Well, I'll just use my Giotto one. It's been very cold here. It was -1 this morning. As I told you, it'd been 20 degrees or 15 to 20 degrees during the day and 10 at night, and we went down to -1. In fact, our house is really cold now because Steph turned the heating off ages ago, and today it's 17 degrees Celsius in the house. So just trying to keep myself going because we don't want to turn it back on because next week the temperature is meant to go back up again. It's a bit of a yo-yo. But that's very typical at this time of the year. Sometimes it's just warm, but normally it's very unpredictable sort of weather. It goes up and down. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm off screen, but it's quite a big piece now. Oh, I need to slide it up a bit. That's why my bit that I cut there is not in the right spot. That's better. Do my trimming, or a little bit of trimming to do on this one. I didn't do such a good job. I'm not going to win a prize for precision. Let's just say that. Might get one for lots of fun ideas that pop into my head. Sometimes I'm lacking ideas. Sometimes I have fun ideas. But I certainly won't get any prizes for precision. There we go, that's all right. I've got these little baguettes up there. I'll do something with those, but I want to just get a feel for the whole thing before I worry about that. So that one is like that. And the other one is, I'll show you what I put in this one. Let me just tap you, make sure you're in focus. Can you imagine? I'll be very disappointed. There'll be no video if you're not in focus. This one is, don't you love that? I so love that. I do love the craft file folders. They're really wonderful. Okay, so in here I'm thinking, I don't want to put scripty. We're going to have scripty pages and stuff. I think I might put some sort of, on one side I might put ledger. I've got this piece of ledger right here. I could have some, oh, what about some plain ledger too? So one will have, does this have writing on the other side? No, but I love that number. Let's keep the number. So let's just fold this over. Hopefully I don't want to mess it up. Cracky paper. Not crappy, cracky. It's like when you fold it, you can see the paper cracks. which is a good thing that it's being collaged onto something, because it wouldn't be so good folded in a journal, because if it cracks, then you know, the 2 pages are going to fall out. You have to reinforce them. I'm loving these colours together. It's making me very happy. And the written bit I'll put in the other one, so they've both got an element of the, well, maybe it will have the plain as well, so it's fair. They're similar but different. Because it's so cold, my glue's really hard. I'm having to push very hard to get anything off it. Oh, it's giving me an arm workout. That's all right. We need that. Oh, goodness me. Okay. So I hope you enjoy the new kits. There's something a little bit different. Still, I think you can still tell they're us, but a little bit slightly different to what we normally do. Okay, so this is going in here. I better make sure I get it in there properly. Yeah, crooked. Wouldn't you know? Down there. I've told you before, just call me Crooked Rachel. And not in the criminal sense of the word. Okay, so that's that. Oh. Well, that's a bummer, isn't it? Because what I'm thinking, I probably should have stuck that over there. Although I did like it there, because I want to put a little strip of fabric down there. Well, I'll put a thin one. I'll just put a thin strip of fabric. It can have a bit more fabric over here and less there, because I don't want to cover up that number, because I like it. I put it there because I liked it. Just need to make sure you ooze that glue right out to the edge. If you got enough under there. I don't know if I did. Okay. Right. So I haven't decided what I'm going to put on that side, but we'll do this one. So this one can, let me see how this looks. I think I quite like that there. So I'm going to put this one here. And then maybe a piece of music paper on the other side. We'll see. I'm going to keep the grungy bit because, you know, I don't ink. It's not my thing. But I do like, and I also like, I don't ink also because I like to see what's old is old and what's new is new kind of thing. Unless, of course, you don't have, you know, some people love to ink. That's okay. I just don't enjoy the process of it. But also, like, I have access to old things, don't I? So, you know, I can mix my old and my new. But if you didn't have access to old things, then, of course, I could understand inking a few things. I wouldn't ink it all, but maybe a few things I would. I sometimes get asked, why don't you ink? It's just a personal choice. I just don't enjoy it. It would be a deterrent for me to do things. Let's put it that way. It's like editing a video. If I had to sit down and edit my videos, I would probably post them once a month, if that. Okay. There, I did a better job with this one, I think. I should get my card. Oh no, that's mine. I have, oh, a Lindt chocolate card I had. I obviously never go there and buy any chocolate, do I? I don't know that I've got enough glue down there. Slightly better, okay. Now, like that. So what will we put on now? I'm not going to put that ledger because I've got some music paper here. Just one piece I found. I don't know if I'll, oh yeah, I only need one, don't I? So, I'm going to put that one there. It's perfect height, love that. And the other piece will go on the other journal. So it's a nice way if you're making a few, have like a similar formula for each one. So that way, when you're making quite a few, it, you know, doesn't take you quite as long to do them. I am going to grab a new glue because that one's going down. Sometimes I think I'm getting a cold. Look at me flinging my hands around when I'm talking to you because my glasses are sitting down on my nose, and I feel like my nose is closed, and in fact it's just the glasses closing my nose. It's not cold. Okay. Oh, I've gone quiet. Sorry, guys. I was just thinking. You know, I had things flying around in my head, and oh my goodness, I was just thinking, and then I just forgot that I was videoing. Can you imagine? That tells you that's because I'm with my friends, my online friends. Okay, so that one's done, and then we'll do this one. And then I might just, I won't choose all my pages now, but I might just, actually I can just tear this because I'm going to put a bit of fabric there. Oh, we need to do that. I'm just thinking I might start pulling a few pages just to get a feel for them, and then we'll do the pages in the next video for this. Because it's all a bit of a process. So for me it's do the covers, do the cover, choose your pages, prepare your pages, and then, you know, fold them, size them, whatever you need to do, put them in order, tie them in, and we're going to do the document binding like what I had in my antique documents, which inspired the whole thing of these. No, that's not true. That's not what inspired these. It's my antique ones that, or I don't know if they're antique, but they're full of antique things that I got from the lady at the antique market. And so that's what really started them all. And then we did one inspired by the binding, how they all sort of tied together. And then lovely Carol asked me to make the digital kit, which started off the digital kits in that size, although I'm sure other people have done vertical kits before, but for me that's how I started because I hadn't seen any before. So I give credit to Carol, because she does give me wonderful suggestions at times. Very talented lady, Carol Laws. Okay, and she's very patient with me, aren't you, Carol? I know you have to be so patient, because I'm terrible. I always say each time, I'm terrible at my correspondence. I just say I'm a terrible person. Very bad at my correspond, like you'll wait a while to hear back from me, or I know every time. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at fabrics to see what I might like to put in here. Every time I'm bad, I say I'm going to do better. I think I might like red. Yeah, every time I'm a bad girl, I say, no, you have to do better. You can't do that. And what happens is I read the message, and I shouldn't read the messages. If I don't have time to answer, I shouldn't read until I have time to answer. But what happens is I read it, and then I don't have time to answer, and then it's red. So it's not highlighted anymore, and then that's how I forget about it, which is no excuse, but that's what's happening. And I won't learn the lesson, and I won't do better. I have moments of brilliance where I do better, and then I go back to my bad ways. What can you do? You just have to be patient. I always tell Carol, please be patient with me. I'm terrible. I don't do it on purpose. It's just, I think my dad has it, even though he's very, had been, but done, what can I say? He's been a very good businessman in his life, very clever, my dad. If only I had a fraction of what my dad had, in brain-wise. I mean, I'm not dumb or anything like that, but I certainly didn't get my dad's brains. My sister and I often talk about that. We weren't blessed with those. But anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, I noticed that Dad sometimes some things, not everything, because obviously he's done well at his business and everything, but some things he just takes a long time to get them done. So I don't know what it is. It's a mental thing. This is just PVA glue. I like it, this applicator, even though it takes me a bit longer to put it on there. I like it because not too much comes out, because I don't want it coming, seeping through the fabric. I love doing these journals too, because the binding is so easy, and it really takes some of, I know a lot of people I don't mind binding, but I don't like stitching in the signatures. I think what I don't like about it is you have to be a bit precise. I don't like being precise. I put signatures in crooked. I can't help myself. But this binding is so easy. Anyone can do it, and it takes like 2 seconds. Just reinforcing where the pages are going to be stitched in. I did slightly cover it, but you can lift it. I won't glue it down there. Oh, the headache is not good today. I think it's like, tension in the neck from sitting by the computer. And because we went out to dinner last night, we didn't get up and do our exercises this morning, Steffi and I. And so maybe that's a factor as well. So we are going to go for a walk when I finish this video. There we go. That's going to go there. I haven't decided whether I'm going to I could put fabric there and there as well, but that's going to make it bulky. So I think I'll decide that afterwards. So that's that one. The lovely red. And I'm going to have it peekabooing out the bottom. But I think I'll leave it open to dry. And what colour do I want in this one? I could have red again, but I think I'll change it. I think I might have this one. Just a, beigey sort of colour. I don't even need to measure the width, because I don't want it to be that wide. I'm just going to tear a piece off. Love ripping fabric. It's always frustrating when the fabric won't rip. going to go there. So put a snip down here and rip it if it will go that way. Sometimes it will only rip in one direction, sometimes it rips in both. Okay, we'll get rid of all the strings. I can put that aside for another one. Okay, don't like the strings. Okay, here we go, we're ready. See, I just put my piece here, like so. So I can more or less eyeball about how wide, I mean, I don't get it perfect, how wide my fabric needs to go. Yep, so we'll do some more of this over Easter. And what I would recommend, if you're going to use the document kit or somebody else's document kit, go ahead and prepare your pages. If you've got some old, I'm going to be putting old single pages of antique letters from the 1800s in mine, authentic ones. But if you don't have authentic ones, you can, there's plenty of letter digital kits out there that you could print both sides, or have a, you know, plain on one side, or you could have letters on either side, and you could just, you know, scrunch them up and you know, age them a little bit, give them a few tears and dirty the edges if you want to make them look sort of old. Some people have linen paper too. That's nice to print on. Some sort of textured paper could be good. I don't want to be enabling anyone to go out and buy this stuff. I'm just saying if you have it. Okay, so that's good. There we go. I'm not going to fold it, but that's what it's going to look like there. So we've got both of those. They're going to dry, and the next step will be gathering pages and printed pages, because I want to have, you could just do plain papers, but I'm going to use these, and I'll just quickly go through. I've got 2 sets, and I've gone through and printed. These are the plain kit ones, the plain background kit. I think it's kit 1. That one's sideways, but I don't think that matters. So I just chose pages that were all right if they were vertical. One. And I'm going to mix them. I'll show you what's on the other ones in a second. That one, I love that. That one. So that one came out the wrong way, but actually this page, this is meant to be the top, but I don't think it really matters on that page, because there's really not, except for that, there's really not that much writing on it. So it would be more of a problem if it was this page that I had done around the wrong way. And then I've done them with the plain of the document style journal, the last one that I did. So I'll mix these pages up between the 2 journals, and then mix them in with some old book pages and documents. And well, maybe even, I don't know, maybe art pages, I don't know, we'll have a look. So just to show you what's on the reverse side. I'm also going to go and print on the reverse side of the envelopes so that they can be cut out and made into envelopes. Oh, I had that one twice, because we had printed them out too. When we're doing the kit, Steffi prints them out multiple times to show me, so I end up with lots of endless copies of them. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll probably, tomorrow's Roxy's weekly challenge, and then I will do a video Saturday or Sunday, and then Monday. So there'll be a, you know, well, we will I will work a lot on these on camera. Obviously, you know, I might do a little bit off camera, but it'll be doing more of the same sort of thing, so you're not really missing out on anything. Oh yeah, I just wanted to show you quickly how nice these are, had I thought about it, folded like that. So I think I'll do another round with that type of folding. So anyway, have a great day. I will see you tomorrow, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.